Yo, welcome to Watercooler. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. You know how the show goes. I, Chris Loxamana, kick it with my Curl Digital Bud and Gary and Matt. With me today, all the way in OCCA, it's Gary Smith.
What's up?
Hi, Gary. And then all the way in Austin, Texas, Matt Fondelier.
Hey, brother.
And hi, Matt. And then all the way. You okay, Gary?
I bumped that USB-C mic up on the Christmas list there, Matty.
Was there a delay on that? God damn it. Did we test it?
We did. And then for those
test doesn't work unless we're recording.
That he's been experiencing mic issues. We tested it before the show and it was totally fine. And then I said, okay, we started the show. And Matt's first line is, hey, buddy. It's okay. We'll be fine. You still sound good. And you look good, too. So,
there you go.
That's really what matters.
Bonus.
All the way back. Thank goodness. In North Hollywood, California. No, he was in Austin, Texas. And we're going to hear a little bit more about that in just a moment. But Mike Dawson.
It's so good to be home.
Yeah.
You got so fucking happy to be home.
Homesick there?
No, I miss my dog, obviously, but it was a fun-filled 5 days. I'll say that much right now.
Yeah, you were there a lot longer than I thought you would be. I didn't realize your trip was going to be that long. I was like, yeah, I think Dawson moved to Dawson. And
no, the reason why I was that long is because the only show that I could actually book on paper, a confirmed gig, was a Wednesday night. And so I had to go Wednesday, and I'm going there to try to do comedy and try to get shows. So I got to stay until at least Sunday. But next time I go out, I'll be able to travel on a Friday and come home on a Sunday, and it won't be 5 lost days.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, that was a long trip. But dude, you looked like you had so much fun. From the Patreon episode that we did last week. I know you had fun. And
I remember some of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here.
I felt all of it. It's like the next 3 days all over again.
I went back and listened to it, mostly because I didn't remember a lot of what we talked about, but it was fine.
We didn't go back and listen to it sick, though. That was the
I've seen some comments that said it was the best episode ever.
Oh, everyone disagrees with me. 100% of the fans disagree with me, and I've made my peace with that. That's perfectly fine. I'm in the minority, and I'm cool with that.
Carrie, you're not the minority. All right, but anyway. Oh, you are. We are. Actually,
we are.
I think that's what I meant to say. But I want to hear more.
Yeah, I can imagine it was a little rough for you guys.
It's okay. You kept us on our toes, and I think it was worth it. No,
definitely kept us guessing.
That was fun as shit, though.
Is Caitlin cleaning ponds? What was it?
That was really fun.
Caitlin didn't really give a reason why he was out. He just said he was out on Monday, but he'll be here for the show, the Patreon show that's coming up. Well, you'll probably hear it on Thursday.
Okay. Well,
you and Caitlin better be lit this next Patreon, Gary. You got to balance out what Dawson and I brought to last week's episode.
I will be lubricated, but I will not be. I will not be at my home, so I cannot get to the level that you two were at when you were at your home.
They don't have Uber in Southern California.
Early. You got to come early and often.
You know how
where Matt and I
expensive it is to Uber to fucking downtown from Orange County.
I think that'd be a fun game, guys. Gary, we all do a show, and one of us just gets blitzed, and Gary has to guess which one of us it is.
That doesn't sound like a fun game at all. It sounds
By the end of the show, he has to go, oh, I know who's drunk.
It also seems fairly easy to win. If that Patreon was any indication.
All right. Well, look, we'll talk more about Austin in just a moment. And Dawson, I just got back from a trip myself. I was in Nashville. So
that's right.
Awesome stories from there too. And by the way, Nashville and Austin, it was weird. Dawson was in Austin. I was in Nashville. But like, when I would look at pictures like that Dawson was posting and stuff, it felt like he was near me. I don't know why. It just like the Austin Nashville vibe.
Yeah.
I thought was similar. And I was like, oh, that's weird that we're both in towns like this.
I'll tell you where I was a lot less populated and a lot dirtier.
Chris, I appreciated the the Instagram stories you were throwing up for the water cooler.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Crowd.
I did post one with that was a little cheeky for you guys. And
Now,
then
Matt, the street I spent all my time on is called Dirty Sixth.
Oh yeah. That place is fucking dirty.
Yeah, Broadway is. There's a lot more people on Broadway, and it's relatively cleaner because I don't know because it's not called Dirty Broadway.
I will say this
But
though.
if it was,
If it was, maybe it'd be dirtier.
Yeah, we
I'd
have
be there.
Nashville. I say not Nashville. I'm saying we, like I'm part of it now. Nashville has a Broadway too, but the
Nashville's the only one that has the Broadway.
oh, I thought you were talking.
Austin
That's
has
what
Sixth
Dawson's
Street.
talking about.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're the same. Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah. It's all right.
So Nashville, all the people that I talked to, and whenever Austin got mentioned, oh, they don't like Austin.
It goes two ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Like, you guys are similar. What's going on?
I learned that from Ted Russell Camp
Yeah,
when we
Nashville,
played
oh,
in
like,
Austin.
turn
He
the
told
noses in
me,
Austin.
he said, "Don't mention that we're playing Nashville or we just played Nashville. They don't like Nashville," or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
Maybe he said because we didn't play Nashville, so maybe he said, "Don't say nice things about Nashville," something like that.
I don't know. I feel like Austin, I was also told before I moved here, oh, they don't like people from LA. They don't like people from California. But that was fucking bullshit. Nobody gave a shit at all.
No, they
So-
they don't like you, Matt. So Austin, no, they love you is what you got to let me finish. So Doss, tell us about what you remember after we signed off from that epic Patreon episode. I remember you and Matt.
After we signed off, tell us what you remember from what we signed on.
I remember peeing in Matt's backyard.
That happened.
Yep.
I remember slipping
Which-
on his deck when Matt was showing me the place.
Yeah, that happened before we recorded. Dawson almost
Yeah.
fucking slipped twice.
Ate shit, all just like it could have been catastrophical.
Mm.
You remember how every time you would go to get a beer, you would like start whispering to Julie, not remembering, not realizing that.
No,
your
I
laugh
did
was
that
so
on
close.
purpose. I remembered we were on the air. I did that on purpose. That was deliberately rude of me. I thought it was funny.
It was
That's why I did it.
something.
Something.
Dawson, is it
But after,
that you
go
see
ahead.
my background, that you know the room that I'm in and you know the
Yeah,
exact
I know
position
exactly
that
where
I'm
you are.
in, you know
I
what's
know
up.
exactly where you are, dude.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go
I
ahead,
remember
Chris.
your garage.
weird.
Do you remember hawking
And,
loogies on Matt's deck?
I not. It checks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember,
I won't deny it.
my dog
No,
who
it's on video. You
spent
can't deny
the
it.
entire next day sniffing all over that patio, cigarette butts, spit marks, piss.
I didn't spit
stains.
on your deck. I
Awesome.
spit
Oh,
in the grass, and I didn't extinguish any fucking cigarettes out on your deck. And I left with all cigarette butts in my pocket. So before you go telling stories, remember, I'm not an animal.
I believe you. I believe you
Matt's
regarding the
dog,
cigarette
like,
butts.
Yeah, I heard Matt's dog brought in a loogie from outside, and it's like, oh.
Like a
Um,
cat showing off its kill.
yeah, I was presenting it. Okay, you know what? Well, let's do this. And I apologize to anybody eating during this episode, but I've been hawking my fair share of loogies the last few days too.
Same.
Because I've been sick. And look, I think there's something happening here because and it's all, usually it's in the morning. So I'm on my flight home from Nashville. I am late to the Uber because right as I'm walking out, I felt another one coming. I ran back inside to go take care of biz, and then
You didn't just spit in the gutter.
no, I didn't. I
You
don't know,
went
it's a nice
into the
neighborhood.
bathroom at the
It was a
airport
nice
so you could
neighborhood.
hawk
I
a
don't want
loogie.
the people like outside just seeing I'm just hawking big old.
There are ways to cover it.
How? Oh,
But go on.
no. Okay,
Well, I mean,
let's
there's
talk about
usually
how
a
you cover
plant
it.
container maybe behind you. Turn around, but you also kind of cover your
No.
mouth.
It was open. It was just all.
Do it down
on.
here.
This is like a nice neighborhood.
A good computer.
Water.
Gary Jr.'s on the mic. Oh, very.
Oh,
intimate,
Gary's
that
been
one.
drinking again.
What's with all the questions, Matt?
Yeah, no, I like that game. Instead of Gary guessing which one of us is wasted, which one of us is drunk, Gary Jr. at the end of the episode has to guess which one of us is drunk. Because so then Gary can participate.
Hmm.
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a good
All right.
competition. And Gary Jr.'s gonna be like, "Is it Thursday?" Hi, Gary Jr.
Hi.
Cuckoo.
What's your favorite Power?
I am Cuckoo.
Who's your favorite Power Ranger?
You should pick boy words.
Um,
The Red Ranger.
The
Yeah.
red.
The Red Ranger.
Yeah.
That would
Who's
be.
his big
That's
boy?
the
That's
smartest.
a hard
you know.
question. I wouldn't be
That's
able
a
to
good
answer
guess.
that right away.
He
I'm gonna
thought
use
about
time to
it. Put his
process it.
time, that way he deliberately contemplated the question and gave a solid answer.
Yeah.
I think that's the sign of a genius.
Yeah, I'm
Well
not
done.
looking for speed here. I'm looking for accuracy.
Yeah.
All right.
He has
So,
conviction.
Thought. Yeah.
He has
so-
convictions. I mean, you ask him why, and you better clear your calendar because he will give you a full breakdown on why.
so I
He's
Hi,
adorable.
buddy.
finally make it into the Uber, and I get to the airport, and now I'm walking around the airport. I walk into right before I have to check in my bag, and I feel another one coming, and I think, oh, well, I'm gonna go outside and do this because I don't want to do this anywhere inside the airport. So I walk back outside. The sliding door's open, and I see a cool spot, and I go walk over there, and I'm about to spit it out. I look on the ground. There's a huge loogie already there. So somebody already marked that territory and thought what I was thinking. I'm
You're
like,
like,
oh,
you're like fucking Indiana Jones finding loogies, dude. What the
So,
fuck,
there's a
man?
loogie there. I'm not even making stuff. So I find a trash can, take care of business in the trash can. Oh, look. Okay, I'm gonna pause this loogie story for one more second because Gary Jr. is and
Wait, when
answer
did
the
Gary Jr.
question.
get back? I just saw a fucking red Power Ranger appear. Someone's in trouble.
I asked him
Where's-
what his favorite Ranger was. He said red and walked away. But to prove it, he brought receipts and he brought the Red Ranger mask.
Wow. He's got to take a lesson from Batman, though. Like, if you're going to be Bruce Wayne and then you're going to come back as Batman, you can't just start taking your mask off and saying "goo goo, I'm
Dude,
Batman" into the microphone. You know?
if you were if you were a
Second, Mom.
what'd he say?
In a second, Mom.
His mother
His
is yelling
second
at
mom?
him to come out, and he's saying a second mom.
Oh, he's saying it into the mic so she can listen to
Second,
this.
Mom.
Listen to this tomorrow and really get
In
a
a
message.
second, Mom.
In a second, Mom.
Bye bye, poo poo, throw up toothpaste with some cavities in.
All right. Again, Gary, can you let your son talk on the mic for once
course.
instead of hogging it from him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
Good.
guys.
Yeah,
should really
I
let
was
him
curious
out.
about that last thing
Was
you
that
were
a brushing
saying.
your teeth PSA?
Yeah.
I liked it. Matt, if you were a superhero, let's say you
Oh,
were,
wow.
well, let's say there's still there's still a possibility you could be Batman, but let's just say you were Batman.
Sure.
Would you tell your wife your secret identity? Or would you tell her that you're Batman? Like, would she know?
Yeah, she would.
She would have to know, huh?
Yeah, she definitely would.
Thank you. Excuse
Yeah.
me.
Bless you.
If that happens again, I'll mute it.
I think, Gary, would you tell your wife?
Boy.
If I was Batman,
Yeah.
I feel like there'd be signs. I would be a billionaire living in
You're
a
good.
castle.
If you're good. I mean, the castle, I mean, it's all underground. I mean, there could be rooms that your wife has never seen in that big of a mansion.
If
I mean,
there's
look,
one-
let's be honest here. Like the Batman thing does not work in any kind of a conventional marriage. It just doesn't. Like there's no marriage that, 3 of the 4 people here are married right now. There's no chance that either any of our wives would stand for that much absence unexplained. That just doesn't work.
And if I've learned one thing from watching Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, it's that it's very difficult to keep a secret identity from the people that you care about the most.
Yeah, of course.
Correct. I completely agree.
I was going to ask what you learned from watching Spider-Man.
I
Across
thought
the
you would.
Spider-Verse.
I saw that on the
Thank you.
outline. I
Thank
saw it
you.
on the outline. I thought I would just
Yeah.
drop it in there.
Yeah, we all texted in the group text, and that was gonna eventually come up. And Dawson's like, "Please let me ask him, please, please, please." So we were waiting on him. Yeah, I think if I was Batman, I don't think I'd tell my wife.
Well, Gary talks.
Only
Lean
because
back.
doesn't it keep them safer if they don't know?
Not
want you to
necessarily.
say-
That's not going to stop the bad guys from coming to the house and breaking in, trying to get her
Well,
when
they
you're
don't.
gone.
I don't think the public knows it's me.
They'll
And
find out.
and Mr. and Mrs. Smith, they were married for a minute before they found out each other were secret agents.
Yeah.
Why do you
it's
keep bringing
possible.
up these documentaries and using this particular hypothetical of yours?
I don't know. I was just curious. Like, I mean, keeping the identity a secret. It's a big thing. If you're a superhero, that's a superpower on its own. All right. So anyway, now I'm in the terminal, and I'm waiting to get to board on the gate.
Were you Tom Hanks?
I feel, yeah. I'm in.
That
Yeah.
was for you, Matt. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
And we're about to board. I feel another one coming on. I'm like, oh, now I have to go to a trash can. And I walk over to the trash can. It's like the recycling.
Is this a Hattie B's thing that we're talking about?
No, it's a
No,
loogie
sorry,
thing.
it's a loogie. A recycling thing, paper waste, and trash. I'm like, okay. So I'm walking behind this guy, and he's walking so slow. And I'm like, I need to get to that trash can. And I'm walking behind him, he's just lounging around, just walking in front of me. Finally, I get to the trash can. I'm about to spin to it. This guy hawks the biggest loogie into the trash can right in front of me. Like, I'm just
Wow, dude.
drawing these people to me.
Wow.
And
Like loogie season.
and then I went
Just in time
pee
for raisin season.
into a urinal, and I looked down. There was one in there too. Like the amount of
Chris.
mucus.
I can solve your problem if this ever happens again.
Okay.
All you do is you stop by any fast food place and get a stack of napkins.
I don't like this.
Open it up. No, dude, if you find the heavier, the better.
Oh, I
Just
see.
open up a napkin, cover your face with it, hawk your loogie in it, and then discreetly empty it into a receptacle.
That's a good way. I like
I've never agreed with Dawson more in my life.
that. Yeah,
That
that's
is
really-
the answer.
That's
What you're saying is I
really
should have had
reasonable.
fast food napkins on my back patio last week.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, Matt, that's really on you.
Do as I
You
say,
have a
not
long
as
look
I
in the
do.
mirror.
Yeah,
All
no,
right,
no.
good to know. But yeah,
Chris.
The rules don't apply.
Chris, I have a question. Have you ever accidentally let a loogie fly when you didn't know it was going to happen?
of course.
Because this very morning I did what I thought was like to get ready to spit up, and as I did like the in move, I just inexplicably a piece just flew out of my mouth and onto the floor of my fucking the tracks of my closet. I had to go.
Well, thank God you weren't having a conversation with somebody.
Yeah,
Could have
exactly.
ended up,
Yeah.
a lot worse places.
Yeah, I agree. No, that's one of my greatest fears now. So anyway, sorry,
Well,
everybody.
Add it
you
to
can
the
go back.
list.
You can resume your lunch eating now. And
I
sorry.
partied for the last 5 days and I didn't get sick.
You
Not
did?
all heroes wear capes.
Yeah.
How hard you party? Tell me.
First night,
Misdemeanor partying or felony partying?
I take the fifth on all of that shit.
Hard felony.
But there was this one comedy bar where it was a comedy club, but they had a big heavy curtain, and then there's a bar and then a patio. And at the end of every night, like 30 comedians, the 30 or 40 comedians that are in Austin, 10 to 15 to 20 to 30 show up. The first night I was there was like 25 other people, and I made some good connections, talked to some people, and worked out two more shows after I saw Matt. After that podcast, I was like, I'm done. I can't do a damn thing. I went back to the Airbnb, ordered some Uber Eats, and crashed out.
Nice.
Probably for the best.
P. Terry's?
Yeah. No, I only had P. Terry's once. That was the first meal.
Those are JV numbers for this racket. You gotta
Yeah,
pump
yeah. I should have Uber Eated that, but I didn't even think of it. It wasn't top of mind. But I did a open mic at a pizza place right next door to the mothership, and it's in this back patio room. And
Does Red Band own that place?
no, Red Band owns Sunset Strip. But the open mic people treated it as if I was like this Los Angeles comedian going out. And so they told me, they said, you know, can you do 6 minutes? Is that cool? Everyone else got 3. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. And then they give me this really nice introduction that was probably bullshit because this chick had never met me before in my life. And I don't think she knew who the fuck I was, but it was really, really nice. And I did like 7 minutes, almost 8, because they didn't like me. They didn't tell me you're done. And then finally, I just let myself off the stage, and they said, "Let us know next time you're in town if you want to do it again." I'm like, "Sweet, I will." It was fun.
Very cool.
Then I texted Brad Williams, and I said, "Hey, dude, the first night, a guy I did a show with said, 'How long are you in town?' I said, 'Till Sunday.' He said, 'Great. Do you want shows?' I said, 'Yes.' He said, he sent me a list of like 20 comedians to contact who have shows. Led nowhere. Text Brad Williams. Hey, dude, trying to get shows in Austin here till Sunday, hitting a wall. Do you know anybody I should talk to? He puts me on a text with Brian Redband, and Redband says, direct message Sunset Strip, and they'll put you on a show. And I did, and I got booked on a Sunday at 11 o'clock. No, Saturday, 11 p.m. show. And I was one of 2 people they gave 10 minutes to. Everybody else had 5 or 7. And that is Brian Redband's club.
That's awesome, man.
How'd it go? How'd those sets go?
Dude, they went fucking great. They can always be better, but you saw the first show. I would say they were better because there were more people there.
Right.
Second show, there was probably like 50 people in this place. And it's a much bigger club, dude. It can handle 200, 250 easy. So by no means was it full. But
Still, though,
they
that's a good crowd.
responded. They fucking loved it. I went backstage, and certain comedians, like 2 of them on the way out, are naming jokes I did, and they go, "That's fucking glorious." So they asked me to come back. They said, "Just tell us when you're back in town. We'll book you on more shows." So that's done. And the Vulcan Gas Company people, the show Get Ripped, they're down. So it was a fucking successful time. You know, I lost 3 days of 5 days of everything else. Like my entire life ceased. I didn't do any fucking work.
Yeah, we know.
On a good night, like one night, I was in bed by midnight. That was the night we did the podcast. I was probably asleep
because we started
midnight
drinking
that
at
night.
4 in the afternoon, and
Right.
even before then, yeah.
The other nights, I couldn't start. I had to stay sober for a lot of the time, so I didn't start drinking until much later. And you know, the next few days, I was up until after 4 at least.
Jeez.
But you know,
and you're not sick, so well done, sir.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, Matt, I gotta do a Shea Dawson-A.
Oh, I hope that you will, because I am still recovering from our last shared Shea, and I don't have one, so this is perfect, actually.
Well, I got one. If time permits, I can do it today.
Oh no!
What type of foods might we hear of today? What might be the price? What might be the venue? So let's find out. It's time for Gary to say, "Hey, Matt."
Dawson, what's on the menu?
So one of the things that I heard my friend Keith say a lot of the time when I was there, he said this to me at least 3 times. First of all, I'm there for 5 days. I thought my name was Y'all after a while. Y'all like barbecue? And so me and Keith go to this place called Terry Black's. Matt, have you indulged?
Good.
I've been there. Great.
Fuck yeah, I have, dude.
Fantastic.
Home of the black margarita.
I did not drink because I had a
2022,
show at 11 o'clock that
Call
night.
it.
So I didn't start. So I didn't drink anything. But we get into this line, and it wasn't that big of a line. We went Saturday at like 2. And most people were watching the Texas game at that time. And Keith says, if you're comfortable, I'll do the ordering. I'm like, yeah, dude, go for it. So we get fucking mac and cheese, coleslaw, 2 grilled jalapenos.
Starting with
which
the
were
sides. This is
tasty.
This is bold. Starting with the sides.
That's the way they do it in the line. And so you pick all your sides, and then they bring you to the meat counter. And Keith says, dude, we're getting a beef rib regardless, no matter what. I'm like, fucking sweet. Beef rib, the size of an official football. The meat, there's that much fucking meat on it. And, the rib is a hatchet handle. You can put an axe. You can put an axe on the end of this. So we get one of those. It's like a fucking Brontsauraus stick. We get a sauce. What?
Let it go.
We get a jalapeno and cheese sausage.
No, I can't. Did you say stick?
No,
what was the full thing I said?
A Brontosaurus stick?
A Brontosaurus stick. Yes, that's what I said.
Thank goodness. Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
I didn't say the other thing.
Okay.
No.
Didn't?
I said a stick, like in the
That's what I thought. I
Flintstones.
just had to make sure. Okay. Keep going.
Okay.
Oh, I would have lost that bet.
Jesus. I didn't even catch that though. Good catch. We get a sausage, jalapeno and cheddar sausage.
Hot link.
Super fucking good.
Very good.
And we got a couple of slices of brisket.
Yeah.
Now, my favorite from the top down was motherfucking beef rib. Holy shit. And it's a savory rub. They have sauces you can put on after the fact if you're a sauce dude. But most sauces are sweet, so I stay away from the sauces. The spice mix on this beef rib was to die for. Fucking amazing. The mac and cheese was badass, dude. Like solid. Their coleslaw was great, and it was great at 4:00 in the morning on Sunday morning before I went to bed. I got back after the show at like 2:30, and then I cleaned up the Airbnb and washed all the dishes and made it nice. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I got Terry Black's. And I ate the shit out of it again.
What about the brisket?
The brisket would have been my third. I loved it. It was good. But it wasn't the most tender of the meats.
Yeah.
The beef rib just fell apart. It was like, just amazing, dude. I will be back, and I will give this. And thanks to Keith Eichard, for hooking me up, dude. It's expensive though, dude.
What was the danger factor?
Rightfully so.
Danger factor is getting into a fight while trying to find a seat after you finally got your tray.
They have people
like you got to be nimble.
Yeah.
You got to walk with purpose, and you got to take what you see when you see it. I can only imagine what it's like when the line is out the door. We went at the right time, so the line was in the door, but it's still a line.
Yeah.
But it took us about 30 minutes to get food.
Yeah, these places, they need big LED clocks on all the tables so you can shame the people.
Yeah.
How long they've been sitting there, right? Like it's just a time
idea.
And then like, oh, hey, you've been.
What do you mean, Matt? Good idea. That's your nightmare.
That
is a fucking antithesis of a good idea in your
not with a shared table. If it's my own table that I have a reservation for, then yes, I agree. You're not timing that shit.
No, but
if we're like at a mass like cafeteria kind of place where the tables,
thing.
Let's go.
Yeah.
In, out, in, out.
Right, yeah. Anyway, I will say that Terry Black's is the best barbecue I have ever had. And that's what's on the menu.
Wow. That was a really epic Shay.
Good job,
More
Dawson.
often, dude.
I was fucking,
As
dude.
someone-
It was. I can still taste it. I can
As
still
someone who has
fucking
been
taste
there-
it, and
Look, I can't.
it's. God damn.
I love Terry Black's.
You are right that that's the way they do it, is starting with the side. So you did take us on a journey where I was able to sort of recreate.
Yeah.
Time
No, yeah, I did it from entry to going through, and they weigh the meat, dude.
Yeah, they do. They do. I like that. That's a nice move.
Yeah, we got yeah, man. Super good. Super good. I can seriously, I'm not fucking with you. I can literally fucking taste it back here. The memories of that flavor.
You know what?
Are
I think
still
I'm
with
gonna
me.
go there tomorrow.
Dawson,
No,
I haven't been
Maybe
there.
I will.
I haven't been there in 8 years, and I can taste it too.
Wow.
Is
Good
Terry
stuff.
Black and P. Terry's the same Terry?
I don't think
No.
so.
Oh.
They are the same P though. People don't know that.
Yeah, the same. Okay. I was wondering, there has to be some sort of relation.
Mark.
But yeah, I love me some Terry Blacks too. So very good. Man, now I want barbecue. Dawson just made me hungry, and I literally just ate dinner. Don't even care. But I guess that's the point of Shay. Now, as for me, I ate in Nashville. I went back. I
The scene of
returned.
the crime.
I went back to Hattie B's for some Nashville hot chicken because it was just around the corner
Nice.
from where I was staying, and it was delicious.
You
Wonderful.
also went to what looked like a pretty badass guitar shop. How was that?
Oh, it's great. It's on the way.
You go to the Gibson Museum?
No, I forget what it's called. It was a huge, amazing vintage guitar shop. Gosh, it starts with a G. That's all I know. And no, the G doesn't stand for guitar. It's Grun Guitars, GRUHN. And they just had some epic guitars there that I just fiddled around with and didn't buy and then left. But it was wonderful.
Man, you got to kill time when you're on the road.
You really do. But yeah, ate at Hattie B's. It was wonderful. But the thing, when I was talking about the LED clocks on the table, so I flew United to Nashville and back, and United, like their big thing now is like, we're putting screens on the back of our seats.
They're also really hammering the fact that you can use your own Bluetooth headsets.
That's actually what I want to talk about, Gary. So there's a new thing. Yeah, you can pair your Bluetooth headset to it.
It's like they have like whole commercial campaigns about this. Like United seems to think that the fact that you can use your AirPods on their screen is going to bring everyone over to United.
Yeah, that's
Every time I see the commercial, I'm like, that's not going to work. Like that just there's like my seat always has like the effed up screen that doesn't work or whatever. So like inevitably, I think I'm gonna have the same problem.
Yeah, the screens are gorgeous. They're crystal clear. Nobody really paired their Bluetooth though. Everyone was wired in, which I thought was weird. Even and they used the free headphones. So I think people just wanted free headphones because they still pass out the wired ones that you just stick in there. Those really crappy in ears, but everybody just had those ones in. So I thought that was interesting. But they also have an option to where you press it and it puts up a thing like, please wake me when you're passing out snacks. And I sleep on the flight a lot. And I think that's a pretty cool option. But I want people to know that I have it. So I did not select it. And I just waited and slept very lightly until the person passed me. I'm just not ready to do that option yet, where I put on display that, hey, I'm sleeping, but I want to eat. So I don't know. It's just too new. I'm not ready for it. Had some interesting people I sat next to on these flights. One guy, flip phone, just straight up flip phone.
I like that.
I liked it. I've contemplated.
Yeah, but it's just not practical for us. It's like I dream of it as well. In fact, recently, Chris, when you were over at my home, I broke out a flip phone that I have here, and we marveled around it. I brought this phone out, Matt. I brought out one of those Nextels that had the button for the like chirp talk, but also had a button that would automatically flip the phone up. Chris took that thing straight out of my hands and played with it for about 15 minutes straight.
PTT, push to talk.
Yep.
Yeah.
I used to work for Nextel.
You download PTT?
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah, it's just
so this guy just had a phone.
Yeah, and he kept
that
flipping
you
it
saw.
open. He kept flipping it open to see the time.
Wow. It's like
Wait, it was a
fidget
flip phone with
spinner.
no screen on the outside?
Yes.
So it was a phone and a clock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all
Pretty good,
great
man.
point.
That's a
That's a great
multi-use
Retro shit.
It was
instrument.
probably a calculator too, let's be honest.
It's a burner. The guy is cheating on his wife.
he was sitting next to his wife.
And
telling her the
he
time.
So you
left his
think.
phone at home. Yeah, no, he planned
Could've
all
been
this out.
mistress.
He planned all this out. He can't, because the divorce will kill him. And so
Yeah.
he can't get caught. And so he purposely forgets his phone on the counter and is late for his flight, you know, creates a diversion and
Is this
fucking,
the
so it's
anti-Gary
believable.
Cox?
And then he's got a burner, and that's just a flip phone that doesn't really carry that much data and easy to destroy because there's no cloud. That's why. That's what this guy is doing. This person is nefarious, Chris.
Now Dawson's saying clouds aren't real. I thought we already established birds aren't real. We
They're
can't
right
do
outside.
clouds too.
No, clouds are real because his wife or mistress, whoever was sitting next to him, she kept the window open the whole time during this flight.
I don't like
And
that.
everyone
Meaning
else
the
had,
shield,
The
right?
shade.
The
Yeah,
light
I'm
shade.
like, really? She cranked that shit down?
yeah, she stuck her head out like a dog.
Yeah, it's
No,
just all the air going out the window the
Yeah.
entire flight.
The window shield, yeah. So she had that open. Everyone else had theirs closed, so it was just like a
What
nice.
time of day? Where are we at?
It is about 11 a.m.
Ooh.
Now,
I'm okay with this.
Not if everyone else on the plane has them down.
Yeah.
Can't be the one person. If
The
there's 4
screens
or
don't
5,
work either. The screens, if someone's in your aisle and it's open, you can't see the screen if you have one.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not
Good
only
luck.
could I couldn't see the screen. I couldn't see my eyelids when I had them closed because there's a laser beam shooting out from the window into my face. And so, yeah, I was just like, and I don't know if I'm supposed to say anything.
You're supposed to bring a hoodie, Chris.
Look around.
And then
I did.
a spare hoodie, and then you put it over your head.
I was hawking loogies into it.
Yeah.
So I was like, what the? So I didn't know if I could say anything. And then, she had her man with her too. If that was his mistress, and this just goes for any women, if a guy busts out a flip phone in front of you, you might want to ask a question. Like, just start, or at least just be a little weary about this. And, just like if
There's something there, dude.
Dating, and he busts out the flip phone. It's like,
It
You
takes
may
a
be a
certain
side chick.
kind.
You may be a side chick.
Maybe he's like that guy's brother on Better Call Saul. He has an electromagnetic allergic reaction, and so he can't be carrying a big old phone in his pocket.
I'm also gonna say red flag there too. Then, so either way, it's just I just ask a few more questions because it's a little weird. Oh, speaking of restaurants too, they're putting an In-N-Out in Nashville.
Yeah, I heard about that.
We are losing what makes the West Coast, you guys, and other than the Pacific, but they're obviously very excited about it, and this is because In-N-Out is and has been a family-owned company, but then I guess the dad died, and now the kids.
Oh, In-N-Out's been In-N-Out still is a family-owned company. In the late 90s, there was a tragic plane crash that wiped out like the whole family that controlled In-N-Out. Like there was a private plane. It happened. It actually happened in front of my father. The pilot did like a crazy job to avoid rush hour on a freeway in Orange County, and he put it down in like what at the time was just an empty plot of land, and saved countless lives, because if he had gone down on the freeway, it would have taken out hundreds more than it already did. But basically the company then fell to their sole remaining daughter. And at the time, I believe there was still the daughter's grandmother was still involved. But over time, the daughter has grown up. She's about our age. Her name's Lindsay Snyder. And the grandmother has passed on, and Lindsay has taken control of the company, and they have become more and more open to expanding into other states. They first went to Colorado, they expanded more in Nevada, and they're basically expanding more and more.
So when I was in Austin, the guy whose Airbnb I was staying at shot me a text, and he's like, I'm gonna bring you In-N-Out. What do you want? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So I had Pete Terry's once, but I had In-N-Out once as well.
Yeah, my answer would have been Pete Terry's.
Yeah, he was at In-N-Out.
No need to. No,
There's
no
a P. Terry's on the way
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, I was telling him, no,
Drive
dude,
through.
go to P. Terry's. Fuck that, bro.
That's exactly what I would have told him.
It did make me want P. Terry's. I was like, but it was good. It was in and out.
I'm sure
You
it was.
know, I would have rather had P. Terry's, but I was great. I was grateful. You know, yeah.
Just like Gary, I probably would pick P-Terry's only because I don't have it as much.
Yeah, it's novelty.
But there was a person in Nashville I was talking to, and she was convinced that McDonald's would be just as good as In-N-Out if it was as rare, and people would be going crazy over McDonald's.
You stop talking to that person immediately after they said that.
That's why people love the McRib, though, right?
Yeah, because the McRib
And the
people
shake,
love
the
things that they can't
Shamrock
always
Shake.
get, right? I mean, that's what you want. The McRib, it's only available a certain time of the year, but really, it's only available when pork is the cheapest. But people think, so people never really know when it comes back or when it disappears. And
It's like Toyotathon. It's just like ethereal.
it's ethereal, but when it comes back, it's a big deal. They put a huge campaign. Oh my God, it's back! And really, it's because pork is at its cheapest, and
Yeah.
that's why.
That's why I've never had a McRib.
Really?
Yeah, because McDonald's is already spending $0 on the food quality. So if they're waiting for something to be extra cheap,
The
Oh,
part
boy.
about the McRib, I've had the McRib. It's not. I mean, it's fine. I don't even think it's.
I've-
It's not even fine. It's not.
Wow.
It's just. It's not good.
I've
But
never had one.
Neither
I've
have I.
never had one.
I think there's.
Really?
I've never had a bite of one.
I have to say, I kind of want to
Yeah,
before I die. I feel
gotta
like I
die.
should.
you gotta know.
That's probably
I
going to be
don't.
what does it.
Yeah,
don't.
exactly. Maybe it will be the
Because
last
I
thing
know
I
it's going to
have.
taste terrible. And I'm not going to get anything out of having a bite of something that I know is going to taste terrible.
But here's the thing: as terrible as McDonald's is, sometimes it's also pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
If the mood is right.
So
Oh,
the
I love a
McRib-
Big Mac, man.
No, yeah.
Never had one.
Yeah.
What?
Really?
I have never had a Big Mac.
What?
I-
the
Get
hell?
out, Gary.
Oh, that's insane.
In fact,
That
in
is
fact,
fucking insane.
within the last 3 years, I decided that was an insane stance. And when I was going to In-N-Out for my son, I decided I will rectify this. I will fix this woe in my life, and I will try the Big Mac, much as I tried the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup on this very podcast 5 or 6
I
years
would
ago.
love for you to try your first Big Mac on air.
Here's the thing. I ordered that Big Mac. I got home, and it looked so gross that I threw it away.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
don't look at it. You're not supposed to look at it.
Well, that's what
Yeah,
definitely the
It's like
disclaimer
a
I want
kiss
with
with
my
a
food.
beautiful woman, Gary. You close your eyes.
Dude.
I don't know how you do
has-
it, Matt.
It has a bun in the middle. Has a bun in the middle. It's amazing. It has a middle bun.
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know.
Well, I would love for you to try a Big Mac on air. I think.
I was just gonna say, you get a Big Mac. All three of us should get when the
No,
McRib
Matt, if
comes
you're
back.
proposing
The
that
three
I'm
of
going to-
us.
If you're
get
proposing that I'm
McRibs,
going to eat a
live
fucking
taste test.
No,
Come on.
I'm with Gary on that stance. I think it's ridiculous to do it against a Big Mac because you are missing a really solid experience of your
Yeah.
life.
Yeah,
The Big Mac is a cultural phenomenon.
it really is.
Um,
I remember the guy from
the
guy from
McRib is
Big Mac-
also a cultural phenomenon,
Yes.
but it's
Not-
not.
it's
It's
not-
not worth eating.
Yeah, I'm 100% with Dawson. You gotta at least. I mean, look, I haven't had a Big Mac in probably 15, 16 years.
Oh, dude, that next Big
Um,
Mac is gonna taste so good.
But I agree, you have to have it, and I don't. It's not that I.
When's
just
the
like
next
it.
night you get to feed yourself, Chris?
I know. I gotta think about that. But yeah, you should try it, Gary. I think you'd enjoy it. And I think we need to do it on air.
All
But
right.
anyway, and let me explain the McRib to you too, since you haven't had that. It's like, well, it's what I don't like about it is it's in the shape of a rib. I mean,
What's
it's
in
all
the name?
it's
It's
all
formed.
meat. It's all
It's
meat,
formed.
but the form of it, like if you take
No.
off the bread and look at the patty, it has bones. Like
Yeah.
they're edible. Like it's just all the same meat. They just
Yeah,
shape it.
Like in nature.
This is why I don't like it.
It's,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the bones
So,
and like
yeah.
the patty with the bone, it's good. I mean, it's a good
the-
size. It's like
yeah.
a triceratops penis. It's like
Ew.
yeah, it's just the perfect size for a piece of meat.
I was
Yeah.
hoping that's where you were going.
Well done.
But
On a
it's not
Big
worth it.
Mac, it's 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
I'm
No
familiar with the
tomato, though.
jingle.
Are you?
You know what's in there.
I'm familiar with the jingle.
Yeah.
Not living under a rock.
But no one knows what's in a McRib.
Pork. Cheap pork.
But what parts
Barbecue
of the
sauce.
pork?
It's
I
ground. Who
don't know.
cares? Who
I
cares?
don't know. Ew,
It's
and
like
then
a hot
topped
dog.
with
It's like
sugar.
McDonald's hot dogs.
I
And
will,
then there's a sauce that's all sugar.
I will say this. I will be perfectly fine if I never have a McRib for the rest of my life. I
Same.
will not be perfectly fine if I don't have another Big Mac. I'm definitely going to eat another Big Mac sometime before the end of my life. So
It's gonna be good, dude. You're gonna love it. That's gonna be the best burger of your life.
I
That's gonna
doubt
be a
that.
life-changing hamburger, dude.
I doubt that. I've been a father.
You're gonna turn over a new leaf, start a new life.
I'm gonna look to see if the McRib's available right now. Because you know what? Maybe on my way to Terry Black's, I'll have a McRib, and then
Giving
I'll
Matt
never
Big Mac-
live to see another day on this miserable planet. That's hilarious.
Dude.
McRib up. Well, don't wait for me. Keep talking.
I think it is back actually. I think I saw
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
I'm like, I drive by a
We
McDonald's.
got any
on my way.
comments?
Oh no, we haven't done comments. Here are all the comments. That Patreon episode ruled. Everybody loves Drunk
Yeah,
Dogs.
that's every comment.
There's your fucking comments.
Comments time.
People did like it though. There were a lot of comments about how much they
Again,
enjoyed
I
it.
do take partial responsibility for that.
Partial?
Well, Dawson's really the one who did the drinking on his own. I
You're
just
the one who took him
Well,
out.
yeah,
I
you
just
know,
provided him. I just
you're in
provided
for
him
half,
the
man.
places.
You're in
Wow,
for half,
actually, Matt?
Matt. We split that shit right down the middle.
We
There's
did.
good
At the-
news. The
at the-
McRib is in season.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Well, maybe they're gonna
Matt,
be.
you enabled the entire thing.
Well, that's what I do. I enable. I'm an
You did
enabler.
good. You did good, buddy.
Thank you. I might get a McRib soon though, because now we're talking about it. I feel like I have to try it. So
Wow.
try it
I
I'm
on
gonna
have to
have
try it.
leftover
I've never done it in
turkey.
my life. In my life, I've never had a McRib
try it on air. I want initial reaction.
on air.
Yeah,
Alright.
tomorrow or on
Be a
Beer
little
Dog.
Let's
tricky.
just watch your ancestors turn over in their grave.
My mom.
I just feel like if I should have it, I should have it at like peak heat. I don't think the McRib should sit for very long. That
Oh,
seems
yeah,
like a
yeah.
mistake.
Yeah, I wouldn't do shade till the very end of the
Yeah,
show.
maybe we
Okay,
gotta.
that's
Maybe it
fine.
won't be live on air.
Okay.
Wow.
I'll see
That's
if I
fine.
get
Yeah,
a
have it-
phone.
have
Maybe
it-
I'll do it on my phone.
Have your food at peak heat. But yeah, I think you're right though. You probably should. I went grocery shopping with the boy today. Just me and him. My
How's
first
he
time,
doing?
great. My first time taking him grocery shopping by ourselves. And because Jenny was working and it was my day off today. And so I went to Trader Joe's and I put Benny in the you know that part just where the kid sits. Like his neck is pretty strong. He's
The
still not
trunk.
his neck is still pretty strong. He's still not big enough yet though to fully be comfortable in there. So I got like blankets and I stuffed him behind him and everything. And I must say, and Dawson, this is for you too, man. If you need to borrow Benny, just freaking walk him around to Trader Joe's for like 40 minutes. The amount of attention that we got, I'm gonna say we.
Like the right attention.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm spoken for. I have no flip phone. I just
You have, the ring, you have a ring on this time?
I do.
No. Attaboy.
They didn't care. Gary, didn't even
No,
matter.
they don't. Hey,
They
you don't
did not
you
care.
don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me.
It was unbelievable. I'm like, this is what hot guys feel like. Just
Wow.
walking through Trader
It
Joe's,
just takes a baby, huh? You just need a baby.
people coming up.
right.
If they didn't come up, they smiled at us.
Do you
I-
deliver?
Do I?
Yeah, I mean, because it's not going to make any sense if I go to your Trader Joe's. I got to go to my own Trader
So,
Joe's.
what I'm saying
Yeah,
is
you gotta
that-
stay
local to you.
local. Yeah.
I see,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I mean, yeah, I'm thinking of renting him out. Is what I'm
All
saying.
right.
I think I
All
can
right.
rent my son.
I'm thinking of becoming a client.
Dude,
Jenny, I do not subscribe to
Oh
this.
man, he's already called himself a client. This is just getting
Yeah.
worse.
this is a business.
Good idea.
This is
a
my
good
new
idea.
business adventure, Mr. Cuban.
Yeah, no, Cube is disappearing or something. Cube's doing something weird. Maybe he's heard about our ideas, and any day we're gonna get a major offer. And I'm telling you, what got him was queso Frisco. Y'all like queso? I heard that one a lot too.
Now that you've said that, did you start to incorporate the y'all while you were here? Did you say y'all at all?
I caught myself saying y'all at the airport when I was, having my airport breakfast.
Y'all never catch me alive.
I said, have a good trip, y'all.
There you go.
But last night on stage, I did say that, for a while, I thought my name was y'all, or, changing my name to y'all.
Oh, so you did your material.
I heard the same thing, y'all like queso?
I wasn't apparent the first time.
You don't want to get barbecue? Y'all should put some pants on. That's the one I got the most. Anyway,
y'all is a better way to speak. It makes sense. It's charming, and everybody understands it. And it's shorter. It's more economic with words.
Definitely shorter.
I had
it deals with the economy of words.
Yes.
I got a couple more shays I could do. I'll stack them up for later. But
take it right, Matt.
Y'all like queso?
Oh, I'm just gonna sit back for a couple weeks here. This is great. Just coast into the new year.
Better think of stuff you did as a kid.
That's great. Dude. I like that idea. Actually. I will say that I had avoided using the y'all for a full year of living here. And after a year, I was like, you know what? I think I can start to say it a little bit. And it's starting to trickle out a little bit. However, I have never said it in front of any of my West Coast friends or family, really ever at all. And it's really strange because I do use the phrase you guys often when I'm like typing things, and it's so much easier to replace it with y'all. But
y'all's so much more gender neutral too. So it's like, it actually helps.
Get with the times, dude.
It just feels weird to say it to my parents. Like it feels really weird. I don't feel comfortable doing it.
I can help you get comfortable.
Okay.
You have to lean into it hard. Like next time you see your parents dress as a cowboy.
Okay.
Like seriously.
All right. I like where you're going with this.
Jeans, Western shirt, hat, and just and say y'all with the tip of your cap. And yeah, I mean, they'll be so confused by everything else that they won't even think, oh, Matt's saying y'all now. No, it's just
that'll be the least of their concerns.
Yeah, make it a part of the package.
Sure. All right.
Go full Texas.
I'm gonna try it. I'll try it.
What if I asked you right now to dress up as a cowboy? Could you do it with what you have?
With what I currently own, I don't have the hat. No, we've discussed before. I've got shoes that could potentially pass as cow. They're not boots, but they're they're in the boot family.
In those shoes, and no, they're not. Fucking bullshit.
I do have a button-up shirt that's got the snap buttons, like little pearl.
Those are good.
Pearl buttons and little snaps. Okay, that works. Some jeans.
I love a snap button shirt. I stopped wearing them because my friends would just rip them off, like just rip my shirt open every time I would be near them.
Your friends? This doesn't track. I can't tell you exactly which ones did it.
You could certainly could.
But really, the problem is the hat. There's the cowboy hat, which I do not own, and I have put one on before when we've gone to the cowboy hat store, and I do like the way that they look, but it's just. Again, I'm still born and raised Los Angeles. I've tried to embrace the Texas spirit as much as I can, but I also don't want to take it for granted, and I don't want to be like one of those guys.
Y'all are good people.
I will tell you, the cowboy hat has the best. I don't know what this part is, the very top of the head, where you can just grab it from up there. You know what I'm talking about? Because it has that groove, and you can just
it's got a little pinch mark in it. Yeah, for sure.
It's like those wine glasses with a little thumb thing. It's just perfect for your hand. By the way, those wine glasses with the thumb thing, I like them, but I hate the way they look. So that's why, it's for Matt when you're drinking wine on a weekday. Your drink would it doesn't slip from your hand because your thumb is indented into the glass. But
it's currently the holidays, so even though it's the middle of the week, I am drinking out of something stemmed, but it's actually jeweled, so it's got some texture, some grip.
That's a Timothy Chalamet.
Thank you.
I don't understand these crazy rules that Matt has that just go out the window if the fucking jingle bells are out at night. Or
Yeah,
if
dude, Santa Claus is coming to town.
someone's got a goddamn fucking pumpkin on their porch, and all of a sudden it's just everything's out the window.
Matt has crazy rules, and then he just likes to break them. It's
That's just an insane person for the first 3 quarters of the year, and then fucking September 29th rolls around, and he's like, "Fucking, we ride at dawn."
Yeah, raisin season.
What do you have, dude?
How much glassware?
It seems like you have a lot of glassware.
Way too much, especially Christmas glasses. We have way too many of them.
Yeah.
But you know what?
You got to do
love it. I love it.
What, Matt? I don't know what.
That's it. I love it.
You know, when we got to Matt's house after the couple of bars we went to, the first thing I asked Matt as we pulled up to his house is, wait a minute, where's the fucking minivan?
Yeah, see, we talked about this on
Yeah, we
that
did.
Patreon
We
episode.
went over this in
Oh, we
some
did?
great detail on the episode.
Okay, good.
Wait, I kind of want to hear him tell it to see if it's the same story. No,
That's
did
how you know it really happened, don't you see?
That's true. That was a fun. It was just weird seeing you both on the same screen.
Yeah, that was a brilliant idea to have the two of us on the same screen at the end of the show. After we were
Also,
done,
when
I
he
told
popped in-
Julie, I said that was a great idea.
When he popped into this room or the room you're in too, it just
That was on the meetup though, but
just
yeah, that
freaked
was
me
great.
out. Just freaked me out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do we announce the movie for the movie night?
We haven't on this feed yet, but we can right now.
Yeah, because I don't remember.
Yeah, well, you're directly responsible for this because after Dawson got us all amped up for the Gerard Butler movie that he was picking, which turned out to be the Russell Crowe vehicle the next 3 days, I decided that we had to do a Gerard Butler movie. And as though it was a Christmas miracle, when I turned off the last episode of this show, I went to Netflix and I searched Gerard Butler, and the movie that I have been encouraging Kaylin to see was coming to Netflix that coming Friday. So it just joined Netflix, and you guys can all go enjoy the Gerard Butler, Gary Oldman, and Common film, Hunter Killer. And it is the epitome of a Gary movie. It is not a good movie, but it is a good movie. That makes sense.
It does.
I'm excited to watch it again. I'm also dreading having to plan a food segment again.
That's going to be tough.
Once again, we just keep picking movies that have no food in them, but I'll manage. I'm going to get through it somehow. And if you want to hear it, you can subscribe to our movie Club of WC tier on our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler.
Yeah, these people who write the movies, they gotta have these characters
You
eat.
should really be thinking about Matt's segment when they're writing the
I'm
films.
serious, because everyone always asks.
Yeah,
like,
they should.
Do these superhero movies, do they not eat? Do they of course, I want to see them.
We
have a
need at
meal.
least one scene
Yeah.
per movie. They're starting, actually, now that I think about it, they're starting to write in all these different clauses. If you want to be nominated for a best picture, you need to have a diverse cast. You have to have a certain set of scenes that happen. If I were in charge of the Academy, there would be at least one food scene in every movie, or at least food would have to come up at least once. If there wasn't eating, they could be talking about it,
Matt,
dreaming about it.
And speaking of dreaming, you're dreaming too small.
Go on.
Why put it in a clause to have a food scene when you can create an award at the Academy Awards for best food scene?
Best food scene.
Yeah. In fact, if you guys have a best food scene, I'm talking to you, the listeners, put it into our Facebook group, and I want your favorite food scenes because there's a lot of them.
This is good. We're getting to the end of the year. Oscar season is almost upon us.
Why don't we? Who cares? Screw the Academy.
Take a seat, Academy.
Yeah.
Let's do it ourselves. Matt, a Chez Fond du Lac award for best food scene.
From this year or from all of cinema history?
Right now, it will be from all of history, just because it's the first year. And then next year, we'll just do it for that year.
All right, cool. Cool.
So let's do all time now, and then
maybe we'll do top 3. Let's do a top 3. It's gonna be a little hard to do the one.
Somewhere in there has to be the fact that Richie Rich has a McDonald's in his house.
I think that is what I take. I think of the most when I think about that movie, which is every day.
Cool. Yeah. Well, be sure to tweet me your suggestions at Los Angeles. I'll be compiling all of them.
There's a Taco Bell commercial with
Pete Davidson.
no, it's
The little Chihuahua.
I think it's an NFL player, and he has a Taco Bell in his house.
Oh yeah, it is an NFL player, and he does have a
And I think of Richie Rich when I see that commercial.
Yep, me too.
Anyway, but yeah, please and post your best food scenes to our Facebook group. And if you're not a part of our Facebook group, please join. All you have to do is go to facebook.com/groups/Bobo Army Worldwide LLC. You answer a few questions, we might let you in, and you too can comment on how much you love the Patreon episode that we just did, or that, or not. Or post your best food scene, so we can at the end of 2023 name the best food scene, or at least 3 of them. All right. Well, anyway, let's this show. Why don't we go around the horn and get our plugs in? I'll start with y'all.
Well, y'all should come out and see me perform some stand-up Sunday night at a bar in North Hollywood on Burbank Boulevard called The Good Night. I've been to The Good Night before when I was the boom operator on a student film starring Alan Tudyk. So when I had that conversation with Alan Tudyk, when some guy on the crew asked, I've told this on the show before, or at least on the other show, the side show, that one of the extras said to Alan Tudyk, "Does anyone ever tell you look like the boom operator?" And Alan Tudyk looked at me and went, "Holy shit." And and that
you
was
do get that a lot.
But so I've been there before, but Sunday night I'm doing comedy there. There'll be 6 comedians. I think we're all doing 10 minutes. So it's a nice, just over an hour show. I think it starts at 8. Follow me at Los Angeles. There'll probably be a Comedy Chateau show Friday or Saturday. I don't know. Most likely, I'll let you know. And other than that, thank you to Sunset Strip in Austin and Vulcan Gas Company in Austin and Ropolo's Pizza in Austin for the gigs. Just go support those places. They're pretty fucking rad.
Yeah, they sound awesome, dude. And yeah, glad you had such a great time in Austin. And also in Austin, it's Matt Fondelier. Matt, what do you want to plug?
Hey, you can follow me on Twitter at Matt Fondelier. You can listen to a legal podcast that I produce called The Presumption. And you can also subscribe to our Patreon if you want to do that. If you like the show, check out the other part of the show, patreon.com/watercooler. And check out Fargo season 5. It's back.
I've been hearing a lot of things.
I'm loving the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I have always enjoyed the show. It's been several years since the last season, and each one is its own story. So you don't even need to have seen the past seasons. John Hamm's in the new one. It's fucking great.
All right. Yeah. And Juno Temple, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's incredible in it as well.
Yeah, I loved her in Ted Lasso. All right. Gary, so about you.
For me, you can go check out the Reasonable Doubt YouTube channel and throw us a subscribe, if you will, youtube.com/Reasonable Doubt podcast. And then please go support our Patreon, patreon.com/watercooler. It, everyone seems to agree that the last episode we did was the greatest one we've ever done of this show. So, you know, if you're in that silent majority, please go enjoy that. Patreon.com/watercooler. It really means a lot to us. And you know what? I recognize I might be in the minority, and I'm just happy that the fans are happy because they help us out a lot by subscribing and supporting that show, and it means the world to us. So I will just shut up.
I will agree with Gary on all those points. And as for my plug too, I saw the movie Real Steel. I thoroughly
Jackman.
Very good.
Classic.
I had a great time watching that. It's on Netflix. So go watch Real Steel. And
watch Hunter Killer if you're going to join our movie club.
Oh, and yeah, and do the movie club. Oh, and also Fly United. They have Bluetooth audio for their screen.
Smart.
Now. So yeah, check out United. All right, that'll do for Watercooler. Thanks again to everybody for listening, for supporting the show, for subscribing. We love you, and we will see you later this week for Patreon. And goodbye. Woo!
Later.